A mind, once a maelstrom of madness, a kaleidoscope of chaos, suddenly, startlingly, clear. This is the starting point for a man named Jack Napier, a name most would recognize as synonymous with the infamous clown prince of crime, the Joker. But in the pages of Sean Murphy's Batman White Knight, Napier is not the laughing psychopath we know. He is cured, he is sane. And this newfound sanity brings with it not peace, but a devastating, horrifying truth about his past, a truth that reframes his entire existence and irrevocably alters his relationship with the Caped Crusader. For years, the dance between Batman and the Joker was seen as a twisted yet undeniable partnership in crime and consequence. Batman brought order, the Joker brought chaos, and the city of Gotham became their battleground. Their origins, in the popular imagination, were often simplified. A criminal falls into chemicals, a hero tries to stop him. A simple cause and effect. But the White Knight narrative dares to peel back these layers, revealing a far more intricate and ultimately tragic tapestry. As Jack Napier begins to navigate his new lucid reality, he is compelled to piece together the fragments of the life he lived, or perhaps endured, before his cure. He delves into the archives, poring over police reports, news clippings, and hospital records, searching for the true story of how the man Jack Napier became the monster, the Joker. He is driven by a profound, almost desperate need to understand the catalyst for his transformation, the event that irrevocably shattered his mind and unleashed a reign of terror upon Gotham. The revelation, when it finally comes, is not what anyone expects. It's not a tale of a hero's righteous intervention against a burgeoning villain. Instead, it's a gut-wrenching twist of fate, a moment of profound, unintended tragedy. Napier discovers that on that fateful night, years ago, when he plunged into the vat of chemicals, it wasn't a reckless criminal act that led him there. No, it was an act of despair. He had, in fact, been attempting to commit suicide. He had climbed to the edge, looking down into the churning, toxic abyss, ready to end it all. And then Batman arrived. In a desperate attempt to save a life, any life, Batman had reached out, grabbing for Napier, trying to pull him back from the precipice. But in that frantic, chaotic struggle, the very act of saving inadvertently caused the precise outcome he sought to prevent. Batman's hand, meant to uplift, inadvertently caused Napier to lose his footing in such a way that he tumbled not to safety, but headlong into the caustic chemicals below. The implications of this discovery are staggering. Imagine the sheer, unadulterated horror that must have washed over Jack Napier in that moment. He wasn't a victim of malice, but of a hero's good intentions gone terribly, catastrophically wrong. Batman, the symbol of justice and protection, the man Napier had defined his entire insane existence around opposing, was not a perpetrator of evil, but an unwitting architect of his very creation. His transformation, his madness, his reign of terror, all of it could be traced back to a moment when Batman was trying to save him. This isn't just a revelation, it's a profound personal betrayal. Not a betrayal of trust, for there was none to begin with, but a betrayal by circumstance, by the cruel hand of destiny. The man he spent decades tormenting, the man he believed was his ultimate foil, was in fact the unintentional catalyst for his greatest suffering. It wasn't a calculated act of cruelty, but the devastating ripple effect of a desperate act of heroism. This truth fundamentally reframes everything for Jack Napier. The Joker's obsession with Batman was born of a perceived rivalry, a grand game. But Jack Napier's new purpose, born of sanity, is fueled by a deep, almost righteous indignation. He sees Batman not as a hero, but a perpetuator of Gotham's sickness. His vigilante methods, his constant battles that inevitably lead to more destruction, more chaos, more suffering. Napier now views these as the true pathology plaguing the city. With this chilling understanding, Napier dedicates his new sane life to a singular, revolutionary mission: saving Gotham from the sickness that is Batman. He is no longer the agent of chaos, but a meticulous, strategic crusader, using his sharp intellect and cunning, now unclouded by madness, to expose what he perceives as Batman's destructive influence. He seeks to dismantle the very system that allows Batman to operate, to prove to Gotham that its savior is in fact its greatest impediment to true peace and healing. The tragedy of Batman White Knight lies not just in the Joker's altered origin, but in the complete inversion of their dynamic. The Joker, once a force of pure destruction, becomes an advocate for order, albeit a deeply flawed and self-serving one. Batman, once the undisputed protector, finds his methods questioned, his very presence challenged as a source of Gotham's enduring cycle of violence. This storyline invites us to ponder the complexities of heroism, the unintended consequences of even the best intentions, and the fine, often blurred line between savior and catalyst. It reminds us that sometimes the greatest tragedies are not born of malice, but of desperate attempts to do good, twisted by the unpredictable currents of fate. Jack Napier's horrifying revelation is a poignant exploration of how our actions, however well-meaning, can sometimes forge the very demons we seek to conquer, leaving behind a profound sense of betrayal, even when there was no betrayer. What are your thoughts on this profound reinterpretation of the Joker's origin? Does it change how you view Batman's role in Gotham? Share your insights in the comments below. And if you found this exploration thought-provoking, consider subscribing or following for more deep dives into the intricate worlds of comics and storytelling. Until next time, keep exploring the stories that make us think.